and they're saying, no, oh, it's fine. But then I'm here. Yeah, that's our favorite thing is we'll be like, I don't think you should eat. He's like, no, it's fine. And then he'll be like, you audibly gasp a lot. Oh. In 2022, Subway held a promotion for their brand new Subway Series menu overhaul. Basically, the bigger the tattoo of their logo, the more free sandwiches a person could receive. James Coons from Colorado decided that for a $50,000 gift card, he would gladly plaster a fully colored 12 by 12 inch logo across his back. Other embarrassing promotions included the 7-Eleven Bring Your Own Cup Day, where people are allowed to fill up any container they can bring with the Slurpee for just a few dollars. As you can imagine, people go out of their way to be as obnoxious as possible about it, which to me, it's fair game. Yeah, exactly. It's fair game. It's whatever the machine, it's yours. You know, I've seen some crazy shit online. And over in Taiwan, a 2-day-long promotion at a sushi chain called Sushiro claimed that anyone who officially changed their name to contain the characters for salmon will be rewarded with an all-you-can-eat sushi meal with as many as 6 friends. What followed was labeled by news stations as salmon chaos. This is because over 300 people rushed the government offices to follow through with the promotion, seeing as it only costed a few bucks to have your name
I'm going to assume we got
Interviews would reveal that the name translated things like explosive good-looking salmon, salmon prince, meteor salmon king, or simply just salmon. I will say, Meteor Salmon King is fucking sick. Salmon's not bad. It's not a bad name. A few people decided to change their names to entire run-on sentences, like one that roughly translated to
Ken redacted as a black dragon cannon and turned it to redacted on March 14th. 2021 is in a steady relationship with redacted. Love you. You are my only love for the rest of my life. In this life, I want to eat salmon with you.
I will say, that's very romantic. Also, you could just tell, what's your name, Ted? You know, well, my legal name is, that's a story. That's a conversation. Oh, I want to see that guy's driver's license. People started eating hundreds of dollars worth of food, even coordinating in groups so they could eat morning to night. Many would simply eat the salmon and leave the rice underneath, resulting in piles of wasted rice scattered across tables. When celebrities go out to eat, it's not uncommon for their meals to be comps. Many so-called influencers believe they are on the same level as A-list celebrities and abuse their status to try to get food. Ever since being a social media,
there's a way to override the backup so it speeds up on pictures that you're waiting for. Urgent.
Are you recording me?
I just started the stream, yeah.
When?
Like 30 seconds ago.
No,
Oh, come on.
Posted their own TikTok showing Aurora in the DMs, asking for a collab free food. When the bakery rejected the request, she showed up and hit them with a negative review. In the same video, the owner went step by step through the baking process and showed off all of their ingredients, completely dismantling all of Aurora's claims. While the bakery's business soared, Aurora's social media was
You could, here, I'll drink it. I'll drink it. Here, thank you.
Yeah, I'll have to drink
She
it.
wasn't trying to see revenge after being rejected. You lying bitch. Yeah, right.
Really good. Okay.
Alternatively, an old classic method of getting free meal is the tried and true art of dining and dashing,
Okay.
ladies and gentlemen. The less sophisticated people utilizing the classic tactic simply eat and make a rush for the door, making a scene that ends up getting them caught by the restaurant staff. One 34-year-old Brooklyn influencer by the name of Pei Chung, however, was able to steal all sorts of lavish meals. Pei would often post content online showing herself in designer clothing and eating at fine dining establishments. Despite her Instagram and personal blog boasting a very high-class lifestyle, it actually turned out that she was very often dining and dashing even after racking up bills that are hundreds and hundreds of dollars. When stopped by staff, she would try and pay with multiple credit cards only for them to be declined. She'd then offer social media posts or sexual favors as payment. She'd been arrested a whopping 7 times, usually after racking up wild bills.
Well, I got him for a little bit.
Me too, for a second. That's all I needed. Right there. Going towards, in between the channels, going this direction.
Right.
In front of us. Going sideways. There's somebody out there. It's fine. Here, you can go. I have the dog.
But I will say, I like to think that we put out the good word. And also, people who missed Red Lobster Day this year, how dare you? I saw a lot of people on Instagram tabbing that they went to Red Lobster on Red Lobster Day. Put it up here. Please go next year. It's really good. We even went. These food hacks are downright fucking insane. But some people are attracted to free stuff like moths to a flame, right? If I can get some free food, why not? That's what people think. Well, you might be able to get away with a free meal here and there. Just know that each incredibly extreme attempt will ask you to further throw away your
Here,
little
give me a third
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
Oh.
At the very
What?
least, maybe throw a tip to your waiter
Ah,
next time
no.
ruin their
I
day
would
with
drink
thick,
it.
hard chocolate. Right, guys? Or just pay for your meals and don't fucking do it.
Yep. I was gonna
I
get.
think discounts, not the full.
It is good,
I got a bug
but
in
you
it.
did take all the marshmallows.
Nick. Until next time, guys, we will see you in the next one. Welcome back to the Papa Me channel. How you doing? How you doing? Doing on sitting down because today we're going to talk about
I think I blew it up.
the homeless. We'd be immediately canceled, right? Actually, thumbs up this video if you would actually be like, I would like to see that. Most half-decent human beings can find at least a little bit of empathy in their heart for the less fortunate. Usually the scale goes, the older you get, the less empathy you have for that. And the younger you get, the more empathy you have. I'm right in the middle because I have enough life experience now where I'm like, I have medicine. Like, there ain't no saving you. There's no saving you.
A lot of them, their mental issues, it's very hard.
I would say almost all of them. But it's just a thing of like, I've had enough bad experiences now to where I'm like, I don't want to fuck with it. When I was younger, I was like, how could I help? Like, I remember one time when there's like a homeless guy on the side of the road. It was like right by McDonald's, so we got McDonald's. And then immediately after that, they took it like, I just had money. I did. These burgers. This feeling may encourage you to toss a homeless person a few bucks or maybe some food now and then. Which, you know what, I still do. If somebody's just like, dude, I need, of course, even when we were in New York, Nick, the guy went in, he's like, can I get some toilet paper or wherever? And he ended up getting a bunch of groceries or whatever. And then Nick was like, oh, I get just some toilet paper.
He was like, can I get this? And pulled out like a candy bar.
But, you know, let me just say, we have not even gotten out of this fucking intro. Help people when they are in need, but also
Did you see the
can't
dolphin
help
jet?
every single person in the world.
No.
This is just like, I can't tell this, like, is this bad? Are people
alright.
going to be like, well, you should help everybody you come across?
No,
I'm going to right now. I just finished copying these over real quick.
I can't. I was in Los Angeles, North Hollywood. Crazy, there's homeless people there, right? It was like off this intersection. I was in my car, and it was hot. I mean, it was very hot out, and I felt bad. And I sat there like, ah, dude, I said, shit. Guy gets up, pulls down his pants, and shits like all over the wall. Scratches his face.
Well, I got him for a little bit.
Me too, for a second. That's all I needed. Right there. Going towards, in between the channels, going this direction. In front of us.
Kind of dragging.
Going sideways.
Okay.
There's somebody out there. It's fine. Here, you can go. I have the dog.
I got him right here, though.
In front of us.
Especially in the age of the internet. Tugging on
This is what I'm.
heartstrings.
In between the channels.
It's just dragging.
Not necessarily for the homeless person. And since the dawn of YouTube, content creators have made a killing off of exploiting the homeless. Whether it's shoving a camera in their face as they make generous donations. Remember those? Dude, I just wanted to give you $10,000. And so just be like, guys, seriously, we just changed the life.
We don't got it later.
I'm pulling it up right now. I'm just trying to make it brighter. That's all.
Where's the play money? It's Monopoly money?
Oh, I don't want that. I want that. Oh wow, it's got picture-in-picture on that thing now. I don't even use that. It's pretty badass. Okay, we want settings. Game optimizer, brightness. We want. Okay, but that's not what we want. OLED carrot. Picture. Brightness. What?
Just show it.
No, I'm just turning up my brightness, babe. That's all. It's like
Don't pass go. Get a jail free card or
really
imitate
dark.
on the streets for vapid social experiments that are often fully scripted. Remember the social experiment creators?
Yeah, that's better.
YouTube back in like 2013, 2014, you couldn't leave the home page without seeing social experiment.
It's hot.
Oh boy, it was hot. Red hot. Social experiment. Mommy makeout day?
My favorite video.
And it's Mommy Makeout Day.
Mommy makeout day. That was a social. I think I'm pretty sure that was even supposed to be a social experiment. Or was it a prank? There really was no difference between prank and social experiment.
I wanted to know if you wanted to play a quick game or a quick kiss.
Let me tell you how much I've come to hate since I began.
Why would you kindly slip someone a $100 bill and treat them like a human when you could just film it and make 10 times the money monetizing it? So, just how bad has the homeless exploitation gotten? Today,
That's not exploitation.
No, this leads us all
Shining a light on people is not exploitation. I'm sorry. But
at least I put it in cartoon.
it's like, at least they have the balls to go out there and talk to him.
I'm also pretty sure there's some kind of phrase for this. It's kind of the Mr. Beast thing where it's giving someone less fortunate a shit ton of money, but in return you are making a bunch of money off of it, and you're like garnering basically power. You're using your thing to exploit people out of more power. Which some people say it's a thing where it's like you're never able to criticize it because in the end you are doing a good thing, which you are. You are doing a good thing, so it's like if you're doing a good thing and you get rewarded for it, is that bad? I don't know. Yes, I'm being paid for it, but at the end of the day, I did a good deed.
Oh, wow. Holy.
Quality PCs and customizable products in the market. Right now, the hottest item is the RuneScape keycap set keyboard.
This is very frustrating. There. God.
Their crafting level. The entire world of RuneScape at your fingertips, bitch. Check out this collab and other goodies at StarForgeSystems.com. Thank you so much for sponsoring the video. And also Computers Rule, so check them out. Thanks. From the early days of YouTube, people have looked to the homeless to help bring in this delicious AdSense. People look at homeless people on the side of the street, they're just like, oh, my little guinea pig today.
It's like they look at them and they see like a giant dollar bill or a turkey.
It's a Tom and Jerry turkey. More than a decade ago, YouTubers such as Vitali and Fusi were taking homeless people off the streets and giving them makeovers. Now, we've talked about both these people on this channel. These two planted the seeds that would eventually grow into a massive corner on the internet, which is essentially social experiments, pranks on homeless people that are just becoming really popular. People are like, yes, this is awesome. This is fun. A creator who goes by Josh blew up over the last couple years making heartwarming videos where he helped out the homeless. In some videos, he would find people on the streets and hand them money, or he would buy them necessities such as coats, shampoos, backpacks. But what really brought him the views was when he would walk into restaurants and ask the workers for large orders of food so he could go out and feed the homeless. Many of these videos reached well over 30 million views, and each time he went in, he never had to pay for a dime for these massive orders because of all the owners were moved by his story and wanted to cover the charge. No, seriously, man, you're doing a good thing. Can I have 70 pizzas? What's this for? Is this for a party or something on the pad? Is this for a party or something? No, I'm going to go to the homeless shelter. Let me go talk to my manager, which I'm going to say this. It doesn't feel scripted. It happens that many times. Here's me if I'm working at Pizza Hut. Word? Cool. That's that's $650. Thank you.
It's always funny too because they're like, 100 pizzas or whatever. And they're like, okay, hold on. And they come out and they're like, we didn't do 100, but I got 12.
Yeah, well, we got a couple coupons for your buddies. They don't have the money, they're homeless. Yeah, but it's a little BOGO thing. If they want to buy at least one, they can get one free. Like that kind of thing. Josh gained millions of followers for his generosity and earned a good reputation for his work. However, people felt that there was something off about his content. It's just something a bit strange. This all came crashing down one viral video where Josh approached a hot dog stand and asked a man for 30 hot dogs. Hot dogs. How many? Just give me a second. The man was visibly annoyed by the camera in his face and clearly didn't want to be a part of it. Although he was angry because the large order wasn't called in ahead of time, he ultimately opted to make 20 hot dogs so that Josh could hand them out. Josh tried to give the man a large tip, but was still met with frustration. The man simply told him to use the money for the people he was trying to feed. He ends the video by shouting out the business, which led to his followers review bombing the restaurant and claiming the man hated the homeless. Yeah, which it's like, what a weird way for that to clash, though, right? The guy sitting there being like, I want to get 30 hot dogs. The guy's like, dude, you got to be fucking kidding me. All right, can you take them one at a time? And all the fixings.
Yeah, all the fixings.
You know what I mean? He's like, I got 17 fucking options here. He's like, the whole thing, not a dime saved. Multiple people called out Josh for not only exploiting the homeless for views, but supposedly editing the owners to look a little extra bad to increase engagement. You gotta splice the videos up a bit to make it a bit exciting, right? Well, you can't just get out 30 hot dogs. You can't put 30 hot dogs in some buns. Dick. You guys like, dude, I mean, you cut in line. How fucking movie is it? You cut in line. He's just like, 30 hot dogs. There's a whole lot behind him. One creator contacted the owner and found out that he even pulled their cameraman aside and calmly explained to him why he disagrees with the ethics of what he's doing. I'd love to say POV. It's like the guy's feet. He's like, yeah. Okay. It smells good. What if he they didn't acknowledge him? I love relish. He goes like, no, seriously, I get it, but there's master. It's similar with his last videos. Josh approaches homeless people, buys them food or clothing, and then asks them to choose one of his followers to receive $100 when they could clearly benefit more from it. It's kind of fucked up. Exactly. Here you go, buddy. Hey, could you give someone randomly online that you don't know $100? Okay, this person. Great.
It'd be funny if he's like holding it from his face too.
Exactly. Oh. Nope. Trying to reach for it. Oh, too slow. Just kidding. I'm Josh. Josh's videos have caught the attention of millions of people and have likely inspired others to do the same. Though some are far more cruel, which that's true. Which I don't think what he's doing is horrible. That's just an example. It's an example of a new way of like people think this is a new thing. It's been going on for a while. Also, if you are double dipping, that's fucked up. I was gonna say if you're not benefiting off the PayPal really, why not just have like here's a link to my local food bank. I'm always in this area helping people, you know, or like if he's in Los Angeles or whatever. I'm always in Los Angeles. This is the Los Angeles Food Bank. Donate there.
You know what I would do? So if I was doing this, I would talk to the homeless people, get their address, or where they hang out.
Get their address. To what home?
I get their phone number, their Discord, and what I would do
You
is
would get their phone number and Discord. Okay.
what I would do. I put them in my video, and then I would say, hey, percentage of these, like the profit I make off this, I will give back to you.
You wouldn't do that.
But that's how I'm saying. If I did this,
Even if it was something like I'm giving you 10%.
yeah, something.
So however many views this gets, he gets 10% of thing. I think that's fair. Why not? Taking the 10% clause back. I worked fucking hard on this video. Come on. But people do exploit the shit out of this kind of method where Josh isn't as bad, does get exploited, right? Like in Malaysia. Where a group of 3 Instagram influencers went to KFC, recorded themselves eating chicken, and then went out and gave the bones to a homeless man. You know what that is? That's cruel. And also that person should have their leg broken. For every bone they ate, whatever. That's a big bunch of break.
You should get the meat ripped off.
I would be superstitious. I was in Malaysia, I'd be superstitious. The white ghost is coming. It's the fucking Colonel rises from their arms. How sick would that be? The Colonel's ghost has risen from the grave once again.
Would the Colonel like eat your meat too? Like make you boneless?
Oh, dude, that'd actually be like a swarm of locusts, but they're in the shape of Colonel Sanders. Colonel! Oh, Colonel! And they go all around him. They disperse and he's just a skeleton. Another creator has made a living off exploiting homeless by posting videos of him giving copious amounts of cigarettes, alcohol, and weapons. Which I will say, you're a bit of a goddamn. When you first see the video, you're like, holy shit.
Well, the captions are always keeping the homeless.
Yeah, it's always like keeping the homeless safe or something like that. And the motherfucker's like a machete or something. Pav Wolfie has been slowly gaining traction over the last few months for walking around and handing homeless people some of the worst vices society has to offer. In another series of his called Water or Buzz Balls, he goes up to homeless people, offering them 2 drinks, knowing they will more than likely take the alcohol because once again, substitutes. Also, too, if I was homeless, the fuck was some water? Let me ask you this, too, man. If you're homeless, what would be your advice? I feel like I'd sniff glue.
Probably keep meth.
Why meth?
Seems hard to drug out there.
See, you know why I don't want to do meth? I don't want to deal with people selling meth. I could go up to a gas station, but into like a big gulp.
Whip it. I'm glad you.
Oh my fucking god! I've said it before and I'll say it again. I want to flop at least once in my life. I want to have a little gas. Up the cabin.
Knowing me, I would die before this thing. I'd be the one to.
I would die the first thing I took it. I'd be one of those people for sure. They won't. Each video shows the person clamoring for the alcohol either immediately or chugging it or dancing, all the while Wolfie eggs them on with Clash of Clans music in the background. What is Clash of Clans like super popular right now? Or Clash Royale or that? Or, I feel like I keep seeing more of it. I don't
I
know.
always see the ad where it's like a bunch of hordes of zombies are Banging and shooting them.
There's always like some viral game marketing game, isn't there? The videos often end with the homeless people passed on the floor. His other popular series, titled Keeping the Homeless in the Streets, shows him handing out liquor and cigarettes to people out in the street. During the government shutdown, he also made a video showing himself giving back to the community by handing out shots of Fireball and cigarettes. But his most controversial videos have now been taken down because his initiative to keep the homeless safe in the streets, involving him going around handing out real machetes to random homeless people. Okay, it feels satirical and funny, but I don't know. It's like, I guess my thing is, the prompt of it is so absurd that I do laugh. Or it's just like a guy being like, dude, here. Giving them a plastic wrapped, like freshly bought from Walmart machete is insane. But also, if that's true, how do you sleep at night? How do you?
Well,
What kind of Nick did this?
I mean,
It's a fucking human. You're like, what if he? I mean, like, I would immediately assume he's gonna kill somebody with that, or someone's gonna kill him for his machete.
I was gonna say, I feel like the cops. Like he's just because the thing is, he's gonna be like, this is sick. He's gonna be out.
Well, he's gonna be huffing.
Yeah.
And swinging that, yeah. The rapid growth of AI now also plays a part in these degenerate antics, with AI homeless people for pranks becoming a rampant issue. Last year, a new trend blew up and got people into legal trouble. Essentially, people were using AI image generators to place homeless people into their photos or real-life homes. These images would be texted to family and friends, claiming that they had broken into their home in order to send them into some kind of panic, right? Like a daughter would be like, Dad, some guy's in my house. And you get a voice number of the dad being like, parents, this is their worst nightmare and has resulted in numerous false 911 reports. On more than one occasion, this has resulted in felonies being charged against the AI prankster. Which also, too, you know what's fucked up is you know how many cases of boy or girl who cried wolf this is gonna happen with? Like there's this ad that was so fucking stupid for, I think it's like an AI generator thing that Adobe did or something, but it's like pranking my mom and telling her I broke a vase at the museum or a bus at the museum, and it's her being like, it's like the thing's like slowly falling down over a series of images. I'm like, then you're gonna sit there and learn to call and be like, some guy's circling my car. Need your help? Yeah, sure, Sarah. Hang up. She's dead. Plunged into her fucking neck. At a school in Ohio, multiple students face charges for circulating images of homeless people breaking into schools. People fucking generate homeless people breaking into their school. Why would you do that? It was so funny. In just a few days before this, 2 other Ohio teens were arrested and charged with false reports because of the similar AI homeless pranks. Hey kids, don't fucking fake police charge that homeless people are breaking into your school. What the fuck is this? It's one thing to use homeless people as a prop in your content, but many throughout the years have taken things to the next level by engaging in straight up harassment, which I would say is probably the most common. Some of the most infamous examples include the famous Bum Fights video series, if anybody remembers this, and it was in Vegas. Trevor, my buddy Trevor, just every time he passed the landmark, he's like, yep, it's where they film bum fights. Very excited about it. But it was created by a group known as In Decline in 2002, where a crew would convince struggling or mentally ill people on the Las Vegas Strip to perform dangerous stunts and even fight other homeless people for money. It's like that. I mean, it's like snuff. It's like almost like snuff porn, basically. Humiliation, blah blah blah. You know, it's all the bad shit. The first volume had sold well over 300,000 copies. Okay, I just want to say 2002. That was insane.
Yeah, I was gonna say it.
That's like the same level of viral marketing as like I don't know, BAM did for like CKY or whatever. Like those are like just you pass around tapes and sell them. It's not like like even like recording equipment isn't as like readily available and stuff. It's just that's crazy. But by 2006, the series ended after 2 homeless veterans sued the creators and received a financial settlement on top of barring the creators from ever marketing the product again. Strangely enough, In Decline is now an art collective activist group. You get there. You think they woke up one day and they're like, dude, what are we doing? Actually, if you get sued, I mean, that'll straight in motherfucker up. Sorry.
Want it again, sir?
Exactly. See the ghost of Colonel. Bone collector coming. I do the same. Many influencers don't even pretend to be doing a good deed for their content. One man filmed himself scaring the shit out of sleeping homeless people by screaming, chanting in a scary voice, and dragging them by their legs. That's content. That's a guy who has a phone who's like, this is gonna be great. Another creator named Henry Barunda faced various account bans making content in which he uses drones to film and harass homeless people, often to the point where they would become enraged and begin throwing projectiles at him. At one point, they even found and followed infamous lolcow Daniel Larson, but that was fucked up. I'm like, how did you find Daniel? His actions eventually led to a $270,000 fine from the FAA after violating 11 drone regulations in 232 instances. I packed the drone up.
It's not
You
even.
can't fly a drone around. What the fuck is drone regulation? You can't just be like, I'm gonna fly down the street.
You need a license to do it now, and there's certain zones that you can do it. Like,
It doesn't make sense.
could you imagine flying drones in New York? I'd be scared. If I saw a drone flying in New York, I'd go laughing too.
There's also Jackson Phillip, who has made numerous high-effort videos where he tries to confuse the absolute shit out of unwell homeless people. Filming discreetly behind Ray-Ban glasses, he places a tinfoil hat on his victims' heads and insists they're being followed. He then gives them a weapon in the form of a plunger covered in foil and urges them to drink out the foil-wrapped bottle of alcohol. He convinces them to get into his van, which is also wrapped head to toe in tinfoil, before asking them all sorts of random questions in between taking breaks to gamble on crypto casino apps, which has become a big thing too. People will go and do like pranks where they'll be like, "Look at my rain bet. Try to hit this."
Rain bet, rain bet, rain bet, rain bet, rain bet, rain bet.
Is that just because they're sponsored? Is it sponsored
Oh,
content?
I never thought it's probably a sponsor. They got the credits. And
Or so they're like, oh yeah, so let me hit my rain bet, whatever. I see that a lot. Also, too, what is the content? What is the joke here? Is it just the fact where it's just like, yeah, it's me little fucking homeless, those bugs we see on the side of the road? What if I fucked with one of them? Is that just all it is?
It's fucking with them to see like, hey, let's put them in a weird scenario and see what they say. 'Cause it's so outlandish. Do they believe it?
You believe that? Dude, it's a joke, obviously. No, they don't know it's a fucking joke. If you thought people couldn't take things any farther, look no further than the strange trend of content creators pretending to be homeless. This one aggravates me. Couldn't take things any farther. Look no further than the strange trend of content creators pretending
Because
to
then you're
be
manipulating
homeless.
people.
I mean, everything else so far has been malicious too, but still. At least with charity porn, homeless people receive money and resources or usually benefit in some kind of way. But today, we have wealthy influencers putting on cartoonishly tethered clothing in an attempt to create clickbaity social experiments that are often entirely scripted. And by often, that's our favorite thing is. With the Slurpee, purchased. Somebody did me wrong. I went to the I can go to the police being like, this happened, and they're just saying, hey, we can't. There's nothing we can do. That's usually it. You'll even ask your lawyer, what the fuck did I do? Not really a whole lot. Sorry. That's about it. This happened. Lawsuits are undoubtedly just desperate attempts at obtaining That's usually it. You'll even ask your lawyer, what the fuck did I do? In 2005, for example, a man named Ray Pearson was it's about trying lawsuits are undoubtedly just desperate attempts. Despite posting same-day service, the pants he gave them were returned several days later, and were supposedly not the original pair he gave them, according to him, which is also kind of fun. He's fine. I've had that happen. When I lived in New York, I was like, there's a pair of blue jeans. It was just not, it didn't seem the right pair.
Was it too small or?
No. Right size. But it was almost as if I'd never held these before.
See, that's, if I was a woman, I would give back clothes that were too small.
Wait, if you were a woman?
If I was dating, like, if in this situation, I was giving someone back, like, their clothes, or not dating, in a woman's case. Fuck with the guy, I would give him different size jeans. No, those are definitely yours.
So in this case, you're saying that if you were a woman, you would give back because you're cleaning them, I'm guessing?
I was actually thinking more about that breakup to fuck with someone.
Okay, so in this scenario, you're a woman who broke up with a man,
Give back some jeans.
and it's like, I'm going to pick up my stuff later, but then you take the jeans you swapped with like a smaller finger that you fucked.
Yeah. I'm giving back the jeans. Why?
No, I got it. It doesn't matter. I wanted you to know. I was trying to connect with you on a way of me saying that I've got an uncanny pair of pants, and I might be siding with this man. Also, same day service and several days later. Also, that's what I'm saying. Because the sign on their building said satisfaction guaranteed, Warren actually felt that they should have to compensate him for these inconveniences. But they refused to cop up $1,000, which was the apparent value of the pants, by the way. $1,000 pants? God damn. And this led him suffering inconvenience and mental distress, ultimately deciding that a request of $54 million in damages was appropriate. Whoa! Within that fortune, $15,000 was supposedly needed to pay for him renting a car every weekend so he could go to a non-local dry cleaners, a request that reportedly led to the judge having to physically hold in laughter, which is really funny. People were infuriated that the case wasn't thrown out immediately, and the poor Korean immigrants that ran the cleaners had to spend 2 years straight up dealing with the legal process, spending thousands of dollars in fees. And in a truly pathetic display in the courtroom, Roy would become emotional, thinking about his beloved pants, breaking down into tears and stating,
Never before in recorded history have a group of defendants engaged in such misleading and unfair business practices.
His outburst led to a short recess being declared so he could calm down. And throughout the proceedings, Roy claimed to speak for an entire class of people, as if standing up to insidious businesses on their behalf. Roy was truly ready to draw things out, claiming he had plans to call as many as 63 witnesses. But in the end, of course, Roy did not receive his $54 million and instead had to pay for all of the defendant's court and attorney fees, which ended up not being necessary due to a public crowdfunding campaign made on their behalf. According to defense lawyer Chris Manning, Roy was recently divorced, jobless, and only had as much as $2,000 to his name, which likely led to him taking on a family business out of pure spite. Which I will say, in this case, if I was the Korean family, I would want a restraining order. A man that crazy in court, in this case, if I was the Korean family, he's going to show back up.
I think
A man
not even
that
like,
crazy in court, in this case, if I was the Korean family, he's going to show back up.
I think
A man
not even
that
like,
crazy in court, in this case, if I was the Korean family, he's going to show back up.
my
A
teacher,
man
not even
that
like,
crazy
some
in
in there.
full security person. I agree. I think it's going to show back up. A man that crazy. Spend a year, full year in prison, never hurt anybody. Not all petty lawsuits end in failure, however. In Seattle, one family was forced to pay a small fortune because of their dog's loud barking. That's what I was going to say. That sends shivers up his spine. Nick every day has his neighbors call. I'm not joking. Every day has his neighbors call him and ask him how they come inside. It's Apple. It's one of his. Eddie Max. He waits for him to come inside the house. Is that true? Do you ever fear a lawsuit, Stephen?
They were sending letters to the county. And it said, like, if this doesn't stop, we can sue. And then I asked my realtor, she was like, that's just a threat. You can't. Yeah.
What is a realtor? Is a realtor a lawyer? According to Woodrow Thompson, the family of Denise Norton owned a dog that was apparently not just loud, explosively barking in an intentional way that caused profound emotional distress. To exaggerate just how absurdly loud the lawsuit stated that the volume would sometimes reach as much as 128 decibels. This would be comparable to chainsaw, booming thunder, and even around the sound levels of a military jet during takeoff. That's how loud this dog is. Denise ignored this lawsuit completely because the claims are so insane that she didn't even register it as a genuine possibility. This would end up being her undoing, as not challenging the lawsuit led to a default ruling in Woodrow's favor. Though it's unknown if she successfully got the case dismissed, a failure to do so would result in their family paying $500,000. $500,000. Then a Ethereum check that I get sometime. Reckless impulses of those fucking dogs. I'm here to sell the house. Holy shit. Perhaps one of the pettiest crimes, however, is one brought on by Alan Heckard, who was so infuriated about his resemblance to Michael Jordan that he decided to sue him for it. According to him, he was constantly stopped by people who believed that he was a famous athlete. He claimed that this had happened, quote, nearly every day for over the past 15 years. Despite Michael Jordan having no influence on this, he was being sued on the basis of defamation, permanent injury, and emotional pain and suffering. He even went after Phil Knight, the founder of Nike, as they significantly elevated his career and helped him become recognizable. The Air Jordan guys, come on! The combined amount Allen was asking for accounted for $832 million. His explanation for the amount was, quote,
Well, you figure with my age, you multiply that by 7, and then I turn around and I figure that's what it all boils down to.
you cannot argue with that logic, can you, Nick?
No, pretty sound.
Pretty bulletproof is what I would say. Obviously, the complaint was dismissed. While he didn't explain why, the founder of Nike assumed it was because Allen realized that losing the lawsuit, he'd have to pay all their legal fees. Nike's legal fees. Fuck that.
Also, yeah, you do not want to fight Nike.
You don't want to fight. Here, understand. Understand. If there's a giant corporation, if you are wronged, you just take it on the chin and leave. There's no way. There is no way. They have infinite amounts of resources to make things to where you'll just be blood dry.
Unless it's a cold cut case.
Unless it's something where it's just so obvious and it's in your favor, yes. But David and Goliath is a lie. Okay? A lie! Well, I guess actually the woman being burned by the coffin. That was kind of the name of Goliath.
I mean, even then, McDonald's did a huge smear campaign. Be like, can you believe she got slurped by a little coffee?
Was this bitch weak as hell? What are her legs made of fucking paper, stupid bitch? Get Ronald out of here. We're not gonna see Ronald anymore. That's kind of what happened.
That was wrong.
Well, not because of that. Not because of that. But they were just like, hey, doesn't it seem kind of exploitive to kids?
I thought it was because kids now grew up, you know, like the people you're now targeting are millennials.
I don't think so. I think that I think that it was a thing where it was exploited and the clown was going to kids being like, you should eat this fat cheeseburger and this fries, you fat little fuck. There really is no end to the insane stories that came out from the world of certain lawsuits. It doesn't matter how insane the claims are because people will always find a way to abuse a system that benefits them. Robert Lee Brock was a prisoner in Virginia in 1995 when he filed a lawsuit against himself because he was responsible for his own imprisonment and violating his own religious beliefs due to his inability to practice in one prison. In his own words, he said,
I partook of alcoholic beverages in 1983, July 1st. As a result, I caused myself to violate my religious beliefs. This was done by my going out and being arrested.
in total, he was seeking $5 million, but his case was thrown out since he was both the plaintiff and the defendant, meaning he simply couldn't lose, which in his mind, I bet he was just like, perfect. Sure. In 2002, Lee Boyd Malvo and his accomplice, John Allen Muhammad, were committing a mass shooting in Washington, D.C., dubbed the D.C. sniper shootings. God! What? Both men would receive heavy sentences, with John being put to death in 2004 and Lee being sentenced to multiple life sentences. Years later, in 2011, Lee filed a lawsuit against several of the hostages he had taken during those two shootings, claiming they didn't uphold their end on an alleged agreement. Lee said that while in his captivity, he made a deal with the hostages that it would help him hide from the police in exchange for their safety. Everyone agreed, obviously in fear of their lives, but he still got arrested. This left him feeling that they broke their side of the contract, so he wanted financial compensation. The judge never even considered the lawsuit and dismissed it because contracts based on illegal acts are unenforceable. In the 1990s, Pepsi began promoting Pepsi points as a way to give back to fans. Also, have you heard of the Pepsi Jet? It's a good documentary, I think, on Netflix about it. You should watch the Netflix documentary, it's really good. But to consolidate them, each time you bought a Pepsi product, you earned 1 point for every 10 cents spent. If you've earned enough points, you could cash them out for a list of Pepsi merch in the Pepsi Stuff catalog, which was the similar, that was like a big thing in the 90s, like 80s and 90s. Like the cigarettes companies did that a lot. Like that was a big thing with Marlboro. Marlboro, you'd buy a bunch of cigarettes, and then you could get like a jacket, and you could get all kinds of stuff. In one of the commercials, Pepsi showed a child driving to school in a Pepsi-branded Harrier jet alongside flash text explaining how you could earn the plane for 7 million points. In order to get the jet, someone would have to buy $700,000 worth of Pepsi products, which is exactly what happened. And I want to say that some person found out that if I just spend $700,000 on Pepsi products, I can get like a $35 million jet. Kind of fun. A 21-year-old college student, John Leonard, sent a $700,000 check to Pepsi and demanded that the plane be shipped to his home, which was over the course, he did some like investor buddies. I think he had a rich friend. He was just like, this is some crazy idea. The guy who he also claimed that Pepsi actually accepted the offer, and that's why he sent the check in the first place. However, Pepsi never sent his jet, claiming they never actually agreed to the deal. In response, John took the soda company to court and demanded he receive his plane, claiming that Pepsi had broken its end of the contract. The judge rejected John's claims, saying that no reasonable person would believe that Pepsi actually intended to give out a real jet in exchange for soda points, which I think is unfair. I think that you put it on the screen, everything else, we're believed that you can get, and that's I mean, come on. Also, I don't know if they ever agreed to it, but they definitely were like, haha, nice find, that was funny, here's some, like, drink coupons or something. The defense also argued that because John was so young, he could never be trusted with a fighter jet since he probably couldn't be trusted with the keys to his parents' car. Pepsi never cashed his check, so they couldn't be sued for fraud, and the two parties went their separate ways. Though John never got his jet, it wasn't really all bad. Just recently, in February of 2026, the Frontier Airlines allowed him to convert his 7 million Pepsi points into 7 million Frontier miles, essentially guaranteeing him free flights for life, which is kind of cool. But at the end of the day, it was the principle. Once again, check out the documentary. What I thought almost hurt me in the court case was they changed it to 700 after this. They aired it again. So it's like, well, you fucked up. You're admitting that was wrong. You know what I mean? I don't know. Listen, guys, there's inherently something hilarious seeing the kind of person that genuinely thinks that they can get away with some of these lawsuits. They're just so stupid. So, that being said, when targeting much smaller family-owned businesses, the mountain of legal fees that come with even frivolous cases can be a nightmare, no matter how much of a fraudulent lawsuit this is. People who go out of their way to sue anyone they can for the chance of potentially striking it rich are evil people that take advantage of a system that should be focused on helping people that are actually in need for help. But, there's money involved. Watch your dogs. This whole thing got me scared for you. Are you frightened slightly by forcing this?
I'll actually just defend myself instead of ignoring.
You'll go on ahead on them. You'll take her down. You'll take whoever's around you, you'll take them down.
Exactly. I'll say, who's this? Which neighbor?
Which one?
Oh, okay. Yeah, she plays loud soap operas.
See, you're still crack or something. Would you actually try to get a real lie, or would you try to get a real reason to get her trouble, or would you lie? Real reason.
First,
You have to.
I get binoculars, scope out, take a week off of work.
Nick, where are you?
Busy.
You're fired immediately from the job. That's all we have. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, just want to let you know that right now I've started a toy company called Soft Meat Toys, and our first toy is Margaret. Look how beautiful this box is. You want to take home your very own personal Margaret? I don't care what you do with it. You can do whatever the hell you want. Toy means toy to different people. All I'm saying is this is an amazing, amazing toy. We're very proud of it. The box is fucking awesome, and I'm very excited to keep making toys. But please, if you're interested, pick up a Margaret. Have your very own. Put it on a shelf. Put it on a jar. Anyway, softmeat.toys. Softmeat.toys. Here's the thing. If you want a nice stocking stuffer, Margaret in there. Or just wrap up the box and give it to somebody. Put a Margaret in there. I don't know. Do you want to squat on something? You could probably put this in your ass. Someone probably could.
Yeah, definitely.
Or if you want to put some coins, you give she a little piggy bank. Softmeat.toys. You can piss on it. You can come all over it. As soon as it's in your house, you do whatever you want with it. I don't want any pictures of what you're doing with it. You just have fun with it. This is as soon as the transaction's done, that's it, all right? And right now, like I said, softmeat.toys, baby. That's where you can get this beautiful, beautiful piece of plastic, definitely made in China, 100% made in China. Do not try to eat this. It will not work, but you probably could put it in your ass. But for legal reasons, I don't know if I can even say that, so if there's a legal disclaimer, here's what it would be. Softmeat.toys. Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come to the sun down because today we're going to be talking about catfishing. The dating world is already full of uncertainty, but perhaps the worst thing anyone can experience on a date is being catfished. Nick, give them a breakdown what catfishing is.
It's where a man or woman pretends to be someone they're not, get your hopes up and crush your heart.
Now, is that just physical looks, or does it also go to well, I guess people lie about their jobs and all kinds of stuff too.
Mainly it's the physical look. That's how I see catfishing.
I feel like more men will lie about their job for status or financial status or whatever.
I've had someone who, it was a woman, they're sending pictures of a more attractive woman, and when I try to go on a date, they're like, I have to explain, these pictures of me aren't me, they're someone I found online, and then we did a video call, and she's like, do you still want to go on a date with me? And I'm like, no, you lied to me.
Well, first off, that's a guilt trip. 1,000,000% that's someone trying to guilt trip you into going on a date with them. Did she try to justify, well, I have to do this because...
She just said that she does this a bunch of guys. She likes the attention.
Oh my god, get away from me, demon. What a weird thing to say. I do this to everybody. I don't have a heart. I don't know. I just don't really think about anybody but myself. Anyways, fuck you. What else are you supposed to say with that? You might think that catfishing is a rare occurrence, but you'd be dead wrong. With online dating becoming more and more popular alongside advancing technology, changing who you are has never been easier. In the U.S. alone, states like New Hampshire and Arizona lose anywhere from $7 to $43 million in romance scams a year. And in India, reports indicate that at least 60% of all matches are catfished.
So if I ever go to India, do not open up Tinder.
Well, I don't see my options off for a bit. Do you think there are people who are like, I'm going to go to a foreign country and find my true love through Tinder?
I could see some, we going to Japan and be like, I'm going to find my...
Oh, sure. Oh, I guess it's the difference between that and a passport bro is that they're going there specifically for that versus I wonder if people are just like, I just roll the dice and see.
Maybe I'll get lucky and she'll come in my bag. Take her home with me.
Break your legs, put her in the bag. And when they scan, I'll do, shh, don't say anything. Are you okay in there, Sakura? Love you, baby.
I think after 50 pounds, you got to start paying money.
AI is only making the problem worse, whether it's the thousands of people dating literal robots or people using programs to face swap and realistically alter their looks. People of all ages are looking to swindle on unsuspecting dates. So much so that we're even seeing cases of family members helping other family members catfish people. What? How fucking weird is that? Way to lower your child's morale. You are ugly. You should pretend to be someone else because that's the only way this is going to happen.
Also, you know what that says? I think with
parents were probably catfishers as well. So I got your dad.
That's just our way. That's the Williams way.
I want to know if catfishing has ever worked.
Oh, 100%. There's got to be a guy out there when he shows up and he's like, well, you're not really what I remember, but it'll do. How do you text with those hooves? So put on your best clothes and get ready to be in shock as we unmask the dark world of catfishing. Catfishing has long since been in the cultural zeitgeist. Shows like MTV's Catfish were hugely successful even back in 2012. The show's premise was simple. The hosts, Neve Schulman and Max Joseph, would receive an email for someone requesting they investigate their online love interest to see if they are who they really are. I feel like the Catfish movie is when I really knew what that term meant. Before the show, Neve did the documentary showcasing his catfish. I wondered too how much, I was thinking about this, how much that documentary and how much his show actually just where people were like, oh, I can do that. He just showed people be like, oh wait, you can just trick people like this? Oh, okay. You know, I guess damned if you do, damned if you don't, but you know. From there, the host would do deep dives into the other person's life, reverse image searching, and finding any information they can, which is the funniest thing ever. I love that they act like they're like forensic detectives. He's like, man, I don't know about this. This is kind of weird. I'll like go on his Facebook and they just type in a name. Nah, that's not who that is. And he has a camcorder. Oh, what?
I got matched up with Pokimane.
What if it was really her? Do you only use this as a time to say that Pokemon, if you're single and available, that you would go on a date with her?
You mean if you broke up with your neighbor, I am single, I will travel to you.
Who your neighbor? What are you talking about?
She's doing like a series where she's like, I'm cooking, my neighbor's such a good.
Oh my god, you actually know, like, do you watch her?
No, it's on Twitter. I see clips of it.
Stop bringing her up on the channel. God. Hey, we want to give a quick shout out to our favorite sponsor, Gamer Subs, which we have amazing energy drink called Raw Meat. You need to pick that shit up right now. It is summer in a shaker, or hopefully one day a can, because they're starting to do cans in places, and it's delicious. Raw Meat, my flavor is a beautiful cantaloupe watermelon mix that's just, oh, it's absolutely beautiful. We drink the caffeine-free version all the time. When it gets too late, this Gamer Subs gives you a little pep in your step. Pep. Also, if you like big tittied anime women, they have little tub shakers that have big, beautiful tittied anime women on it. So if you like that, they have shakers. Pick up a big tittied anime shaker. Think they like that. Like that? I do. If you head over to Gamer Subs right now and you can get signed up for some free samples, they're all good flavors. There's not a single bad flavor. They're all muy caliente. They're beautiful. They're so tasty. So please head over to Gamer Subs and use promo code PAPAME to check out, and they'll know we sent you. You're gonna get a little. Then they travel to meet the person and confront them about lying or to simply talk with them. The person is a catfish. They've revealed their true identity to the victim either online or in person. It is a captivating show. The most awkward interaction, a guy was catfishing another guy pretending to be a girl. Nick walks up, he's like, could have had everything. Or something crazy, some crazy shit. The guy's on like a park bench, like, what the fuck? And Neve has to step forward, he's like, yo, bro, back up. And then Max is in the background.
They definitely started faking it.
Oh my god, yeah. I mean, I would imagine from the inception of the show, it was probably majority faked, yeah.
You think the documentary's real about that felt?
Yeah, definitely. I think that feels more realistic. Also, for people to even be willing to be like, yes, I'm the catfish, let me come forward and reveal who I am, I don't believe it. I mean, that's the thing about the internet, is that people, if you're a catfish, if you get caught, you swim away. Oh, never mind. Oh, delete my account. There it is. This simple yet captivating concept drew in audiences weekly and was highly rated for the ridiculous stories it aired. Sadly, as the show progressed, audiences felt it lost its original mystique because people became better at recognizing fake accounts, which made the reveals less shocking. Also, too, once people realize that catfishing's a thing, they're just like, I mean, I'm being fucking catfished. This is not who it is. It's just not as juicy. There's not the mystique of people being like, wait, what? This is a thing? My God.
That's why I require every woman to send their driver's license and social security number.
You have to. And a blood sample. Just to make sure you are who you say you are, sweetie. I'm trying to protect both of us. Kiss me. However, many of the show's former contestants and viral moments carry on its legacy in other online communities. One AMA on Reddit, hosted by Neve, who answered many common questions about the show and reminisced with the fans about their favorite moments. In a very short AMA, a person claimed to be a paid actor playing the person being scammed and said the majority of the show was scripted, though they were told some of them were 100% real, which I believe that one out of everything. One, I don't think it's the showrunners, it's definitely the network also being like, this needs to be Wayne. crazier. We're gonna get some actors in there. We're gonna fabricate some shit. How many times can you have some fucking weird person that's just like, I just didn't know how to say this to you. I'm sorry. You know?
Also, if I was getting catfish, I don't want people to know what I said to them. What?
Oh shit. Did you send this dick pic and you said that your mommy was hard? That she wanted her milk? I wish you didn't read that, but yeah, I said that. If someone approached you with this, would you just think that this is a moment to get on TV, and you're like, oh, well, I gotta get on TV? Or do you think this is an actual way of being like, well, how romantic is it that it'll be filmed and then it'll be caught on television that she accepts me for who I am, or they accept me for who I am?
How do you get self-esteem by being shown on the show? That would destroy my...
You know, that's also why, once again, I'm actor. Fans also brought up the numerous insane stories, like in season 5, when a man named Spencer Foley believed he was dating Katy Perry. During their quote-unquote relationship, she shared unreleased music and even planned to propose to her grandma's ring. However, the host revealed that the woman he was talking to was a woman in England named Harriet. When Spencer heard the news, he didn't believe it, even after the host flew him to England to meet the woman. And there's no way. You're not Katie. He's like, no. Like, I could see also people not understand the situation. Now, Katie, she's not dating you. This is who's actually been talking to you. That's not Katy Perry. Oh no, I've been lying to you. Yeah, you still going to propose to me at your concert? Another episode that season featured a man named Lucas, whose real name was Zach, who was actively leading on 3 different women. God damn. After some digging, the host discovered that he had an extensive history of catfishing, allegedly involving around 400 women. Now this has become an addiction. It's like a little dopamine hit every day, you know?
As I've never catfished, but I could assume...
You've definitely I've never catfished, but I could assume that this is exactly what would happen, and this is exactly how I would do it. I've never done it before.
I assume it's like an acting role. I get to play this character.
Oh yeah, we get to escape who you are. I get to be the every better version of myself, or sometimes a worse version of myself. Probably the most insane story came from the show was released in season 2. A woman named Carmen contacted Neve and Max with a concern about her cousin Antoine's love interest. According to her, the man her cousin was in contact with was named Tony. He refused to talk on the phone or send a photo throughout their entire 3-year relationship. How do you go 3 years, Antoine? Come on now. Despite this,
Engage
Antoine
max
is not
resolution.
He's in love with Tony for his voice. The investigation took them to Cincinnati, where they used an old phone number to locate Tony. It turned
Come
out
on,
the phone number
buddy.
led them to an address of a convinced criminal, Anthony Thomas. Because of this, the host believed Tony never sent any photos because he was actually calling from jail. So they continued to
You can just
search
take him
the
off the
city,
leash.
Found nothing. Feeling defeated,
Ah!
they returned to inform Carmen and Antoine that Tony is likely
Engage
not the person.
max
Out of
resolution.
nowhere, Carmen admits to being Tony. For 3 years, Carmen catfished her cousin Antoine because years earlier,
Come on,
he called
buddy.
her fat ass Kelly Price. She was so offended that she faked a multi-year relationship. Just an evil thing to do. For a fat Kelly Price, get over it. That's not that bad. Fat ass Kelly Price, that's not bad. For a multi-year emotional terrorism, okay? As they continued to question Carmen about why she did it, she admitted she loved catfishing and saw nothing wrong with what she had done. This is some weird too. Role-playing, probably sexual conversations with your cousin and stuff, doing all that weird shit. You never been hard. That looked like a nerd rope.
Oh, I see a dolphin. I see a dolphin right there. There's a dolphin right there. Oh, I see a dolphin. I see a dolphin right Oh, I see a dolphin. I see a dolphin right there. There's a dolphin right there. Dolphin going in the inlet. Yeah, I got him on here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I see him. I see him.
I see him right there. I got him. I got I got I got him.
Am I on your way?
Not really. Ah! Engage max. Ah! Not really. No.
A fake man to pursue a relationship with Olivia. Regardless, she went to HR and got fired. She also found out that this was not the first time she'd done this to a female coworker. Whoa. How did the HR? All right, one time, we'll let it slide. But two, you're fired. One of the most recent examples of a humiliating catfish encounter takes place just recently within the Reddit r/anti-meme community. This community is dedicated to making anti-jokes, but this story focuses specifically on two moderators, RioBox and Course Mediocre 7899, who have been dating for a few months. Out of nowhere, Course stopped communicating with Rio for 48 hours, prompting him to assume that she was in grave danger. He immediately made a post desperately asking anyone who's seen her active online to reach out to him. Attached was a missing person graphic that included her profile picture, which was a photo of the actress Rachel Brosnahan with a heart filter over it. A goddamn missing poster. Reddit, okay? The missing person photo graphic had a heart filter over it to really emphasize how truly serious this situation is. 18 hours after that, he announced that she was dead and poured his heart out over his heavy feelings of pain and personal guilt. Apparently, her brother reached out to him via Discord to announce that she took her own life in what is now an infamous string of Discord messages. The way he announced her death was by telling him, quote, "She's no more." We respond saying, "No!" He would later admit that he typed this as he was physically screaming, "No! No!" This post included a new graphic, the same edited photo of her profile picture, this time in black and white, and slapped onto a stock photo of a headstone. There's no way this is real.
This was actually happening on Reddit.
The post would end with Rio threatening to ban anyone that speaks ill, of course, as she was seen as a controversial mod in the community. Some made jokes, but many saw the entire situation as incredibly suspicious. Redditors started digging through Course's account to find that they were undoubtedly a young boy from India pretending to be a 26-year-old woman. This was pretty clear, seeing as they had posts talking about living in India and even speaking Hindi. They even found the Xbox gamer tag and saw that he was playing Minecraft Mobile after her supposed death. The story ends with Rio admitting that he jumped the gun on all the frantic posts and that was very likely catfished. He is now taking a hiatus from the subreddit, and the line, "She's no more," has cemented itself as a meme within the community.
They were dating for 3 months, and they were calling each other husband and wife. And he was freaking out because he only had her Reddit account and nothing else. So he didn't have her phone number or anything. So it sounds like this Indian guy got into deep.
This Indian child.
Indian child.
Yeah.
Too deep. So he hit the nuclear option, just killed her off.
She's no more is so good. Can you send photos on Reddit?
Yeah, you can send photos.
Do you think that he sent him a picture and the kid was like, "I have gone too far"?
Yeah.
Oh no, I have gone too far.
He was probably talking about like marriage and stuff. Man, we could be real husband and wife.
No, that's cool. I don't think I want that. And then, bam, hog. Oh, I have to become more.
I had someone, something similar happen. Oh no, hold on. Hold on. There was some... Hold on. No, get back here. There was someone I was talking to, and then for months we stopped talking, and then I messaged them back, like just with a hey, and then on their account, the person said, "Hey, I'm so-and-so's brother. I have some bad news. She died." And I believed it. But then after reading this, I was like, oh, fuck.
Let me ask you this. Did you send any dirty pics to this number? There's a child out there.
See you real soon.
Photos, Nick.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, this time!
I don't know. This was years ago, so.
You want to come make a public statement to this person?
Oh, you want me to?
Might as well.
See you
on
real
camera.
soon.
Thank you for breaking my heart.
I think all the people who've been catfished felt your pain right there, Nick. Being catfished doesn't fall under a simple tax bracket. In fact, the rich and famous are just as susceptible for being catfished. In 2022, AMC Theater CEO Adam Aaron began messaging and eventually sexting a ballet dancer named Mia, whom he believed to have had a relationship with in the past. Can I just put an announcement real quick? Adam Aaron, hey, do we need 7 AMC commercials before the movie? I know where I'm at. We went and saw Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. 7 AMC commercials. That fucking one with Nicole Kidman. There's like the fucking Coke one. There's the goddamn AMC. Like, who cares about the laser technology? Can we talk about that?
See you real soon.
And it's always that fucking deep ass lights. This is laser magic. You're like, shut the fuck up. I hope this ends bad for him. Whatever. Okay. After a week of messaging and using other fake identities such as an ex-boyfriend, Mia revealed her true intentions and demanded hundreds of thousands of dollars from Adam. Otherwise, she would leak his lewd photos. Would you give a fuck? I'm the AMC CEO.
Unless you had a little tiny cock.
Even then, if your little pig dick was out there, it is what it is. Now you know. Guess what? I'm still hundreds of thousands of dollars richer. Why would I care?
Ego. These guys have huge egos, small PP.
Well, they probably have to have egos with having the 7 AMC commercials before a movie after I've just watched 45 minutes of trailers. So this hour and a half long movie has now turned into a 3.5 hour long excursion because of this. Thankfully, Adam didn't give in and immediately contact the FBI, which led to the person playing Mia to get arrested. 35-year-old Sequoia Blackwood was charged with cyberstalking, extortion, and interstate communications with intent to extort. Catfishes sometimes target more than one person. In another case, a catfish was able to trick a long list of celebrities into performing for their dying daughter. In 2013, Jackson reached out to a bunch of celebrities, including the musical group The Little Big Town, Kate Gosselin, and Brad Paisley, posing as the mother looking to fulfill her daughter's dying wishes of meeting celebrities, aka this definitely big old girl was looking for country music artists to come play for her.
Brad Paisley, will you take me home? I want to bring Mrs. Paisley.
Feeling sympathetic, most of the celebrities reached
All
out.
we gotta do is find that scientist.
And her daughter, both Brad Paisley and
What kind of name is station anyway?
Constantly
I don't
texting
know.
her over 10
Must be some
days,
kind of
even
future
singing
guy.
Amazing Grace over the phone.
All we gotta do is find
Meeting her,
All we gotta do is find that. All we gotta do is find that guy.
refused to do so. The celebrities also asked for pictures, which she refused to provide. And this is where people started to get suspicious. Word? I can't have one photo of your daughter?
What kind of future guy?
You know if this happens, Nick, for when you eventually catfish someone and you do this exact thing, you should say this, or she should have said this, was, I can't take a photo because it steals a piece of her soul. That because people believe that.
Must be some kind of future guy.
I can't cheat all of her.
See a real soul.
Police were called and soon discovered the whole thing was a hoax. She was charged with 1 count of theft of services for making Brad sing over the phone for free. It was sentenced to 5 years of probation and mental health treatment. Here's what I gotta say. Okay, Brad, singing Amazing Grace over the phone? Well, we gotta charge her for that, right? That's just not free. I'd let that slide, but I'd say we're gonna put you in a fucking nut house. You had all these people wrapped around your finger and didn't once ask for money, which to me also shows it wasn't malicious. It's just some person who was just wanted to meet their celebrity in a very creepy way, mind you. I would say, okay, well, that was odd, but we're gonna help you out, okay? And I do. Some guy with a giant syringe does. Back for a neck. Oh, most catfish either blow their cover, give up, or get what they wanted before things get too crazy. However, there are a few extreme cases that can destroy people's lives. One young woman convinced her friend to catfish her own father. Why? The two friends in their 20s were bored one day and decided to prank their dad, who was plagued with tons of bad breakups and experiences with gold diggers. Why do this to this man? What, am I wrong? One woman suggested that her friend find her father on a dating app and catfish him as a prank. The friend made an account posing as a 50-year-old woman and quickly found her father and began messaging. What started out as a completely harmless chat soon turned into full-on sexting. One day, the two women were on a hike when the friend handed her phone to the woman while she went to the bathroom. She saw that her phone was being blown up by her friend's father with extremely lewd messages. When her friend returned, she called her out and her friend got angry and stormed off, saying she wasn't doing anything wrong. Now the friend has gone practically no contact and blames the woman for even suggesting the idea of catfishing her dad, even though she has continued to do it for 2 months straight. Sounds like she just wants to fuck the dad.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
See, now once again, is that not a good catfish? Hey, so actually it's me. What? I thought you were a 50-year-old woman. Now you're a 28-year-old.
Must be some kind of future guy.
Some catfish tales even end in brutal murder. Like a big story that took place in 2007 between a former Marine and a supposed 18-year-old girl. Thomas Montgomery was a 47-year-old former Marine and married father of 2, and was struggling in a sexless marriage. After being introduced to the gambling site Pogo, he meets a woman in a chat room who calls herself Tall Hot Blonde.
Must be some kind of future guy.
See a real soul.
The woman admitted to being 18.
Be some kind of future guy.
His username was Marine Sniper. He pretended to be 18 as
See a
well,
real
despite
soul.
U.S. Marine records showing he was never a sniper, nor did he see any action during his time in the military. I digress. It turned out she was a high school softball player named Jessie from West Virginia. And very soon, they started to flirt, and the relationship started to develop. She would send him provocative pics, and in return, he sent pics of himself when he was much younger in his military uniform. They became in love with each other, sending gifts, love letters, and having phone calls, and even having cyber sex behind his wife's back. Thomas started becoming obsessed, writing notes to himself like one that read, quote, good.
January 2nd, 2006, Tom Montgomery, 46 years old, ceased to exist and is replaced by an 18-year-old battle-scarred Marine. He's moving to West Virginia to be with his love of his life.
Meanwhile, at work, his co-workers were hearing him openly brag about dating a teenager. One of them, 22-year-old Brian Barrett, would even get involved as well. At one point, Thomas's wife would intercept a package from Jesse that included love letters and red panties. She was disgusted and felt horrible for the young woman, so he wrote back explaining that he was a middle-aged father and not the man she thought he was. She also gave Jesse the contact for Brian Barrett, who was closer to her age. Jesse wanted revenge after being catfished, so she started chatting up Brian, moving into yet another romantic relationship. This rivalry between Thomas and Brian would lead to a tragic event. Thomas was fed up with Brian, so he brought a rifle with him and confronted Brian as he was sitting in his car after work, shooting him 3 times, killing him. His body was found 2 days later, and Thomas was arrested on top of being hit with a truly shocking discovery. It turns out that Jessie was a middle-aged mother named Mary Sheeler, pretending to be an 18-year-old girl in an order to flirt with men online. The most depraved part was that the mother's daughter was named Jessie. She was posing as her own daughter and sending photos of her to Thomas. This included more than casual photos. In fact, she was taking creep shots of her as well. Creepy! Ugh. Thomas was thrown in prison for 20 years, but Mary was able to walk free because catfishing is not a crime. Millions of people each year get catfished, falling in love with someone only to find out that they waste a large chunk of their life. It's safe to say for anyone currently in the dating game, you need to know what catfishing is to be suspicious of behavior. So make sure you spot the warning signs before you get duped into wasting your time, possible life. And just waste a little bit of your time, probably your life. But still, it is annoying. Nick, how do you think you get catfished?
Most of them are like, you know,
See you real soon.
like
Why do you like Asian women so much? Because you're cruel.
I'm cruel.
If a woman is not Asian, you do not give them the time of day.
That's not true.
That is absolutely true. Every time you date an Asian girl, you're like, oh,
Must be some
this
kind
and
of
that.
future
I
guy.
like this song. And then God forbid any other girl does anything
See you
wrong.
real
I stop
soon.
talking to her.
Must be some kind of future guy.
Hey guys, more of a serious topic today. I know we like to joke around and stuff, but I've been holding this in for a while, and
Must be some kind of future guy.
it's news from my doctors.
See you
And I
real
just wanted
soon.
to talk about stuff. More merch available. We have some Rock with Love merch, and also we've been seeing a lot of people requesting the Ozempic and the I Control Fire shirt back. So they're back. They're there. Get them now while you can. Don't keep complaining that you can't get them, because now you can. Here's the link in the description if you want some sweet merch to cover your beautiful titties and a big fat man gut. Now's the time. Let's keep the video. Welcome back to the Bubba Me channel! Today we're going to be talking about TikTok relationship tests. Run. Getting into relationships can be hard, but maintaining a healthy one can be even harder. Some people simply don't trust their partners, whether it's because of bad treatment, personal insecurities,
I mean, that's a nice outfit. I just don't think it looks good on you.
or mere superstition.
Allison, you inevitably force me. What's your next wedding gonna be like?
One thing is certainly true. TikTok relationship trends are making things much worse. So I'll tell you why they're making things much worse, Nick, is because all of these things we're getting ready to talk about today are all people that are looking for a reason, in my opinion.
Oh, you think so?
I think 90% of them. Because to me, it's looking for people outside to give you validation to do the quote-unquote bad thing or the hard thing. And it's bullshit! They're so dumb. Every day, millions of people go on TikTok and watch happy couples who kind of test each other to see if they're truly meant to be, right? This is like more and more people performing these tests in their own lives, leading to disappointing results, as people can't also realize when something is fabricated. Somebody doing a dumb test be like, oh my god, it was so get made up. It's not real. Human beings don't act like that. They don't. We'll get into it. I'm jumping ahead of myself. Maybe it's just how I'm treated at home or something.
There's something you want to talk about?
No.
The house the other day started going at you.
No, like it's like kind of like my fault. I should have been drinking water. You know.
I just can't stand it when she's fucking mean.
Hey, it's my fucking wife you're talking about, man. She'll talk to me anyway. She'll talk to me any way she wants to. she always has. So, let's take a look at what TikTok can do to potentially strengthen my relationship. As far as the tests themselves, many of them are subtle. That being said, failing to pass them leads to a sea of online feedback insisting that the relationship is doomed to fail, and this is the case regarding one of the more recent trends, the bird theory. Which I just want to say, that's the thing. If you don't pass the test, you're going to have a sea of croons squawking and barking at you. Oh, red flag! Big girls and ugly men. Oh, I would never treat you know what I love about men commenting too? I would never treat you like that. It's always just something where it's just like, hey, let me cut the line and see what I can do here. They're totally. Let's see. Oh, dude, online. So you kidding me? It's like, oh, it smells so right. But let's start off with the bird theory. The point of the bird theory is to test whether or not your partner makes an effort to care about even your smallest of interests, which isn't like a bird. Apparently, it's you looking out your window with a bird, right? So, to perform this theory, as it were, you bring up to your partner that you saw a bird earlier in the day. If your partner acknowledges this and reacts with a genuine interest, they pass the test, right? And according to the world-renowned psychologist Dr. John Gottman, aka Dr. Huck, this would be considered a bid for attention. I don't know why I threw the. There's no reason. Dr. John Gottman, this is just saying the facts, right? Him setting this straight. Essentially, a gesture meant to receive validation or attention that can often determine the strength of a relationship. Here is the problem. If you try to make a big deal to me that you saw a bird earlier, I'm going to be like, you got nothing else going on in the day? Come to me with, I saw a car wreck. I would be like, okay, what happened? There's your interest. I saw a bird. So did everyone else today. Hey, sweetheart, you know what this is? Do you think this, and this is me being a little weird. Jess, I've got some coffee. I mean, let me tell you something. Is it like hot girl theories? Is it hot girls doing this to be like, he doesn't even care about the little thing? Because they have no other interest? So they have to drum up that they saw a bird?
It's not just hot girl things, just women. Women just want drama. They're...
Go ahead.
Bold statement.
Nick got broken up with recently, so he's a little on edge.
I think people just want to test your relationship. Well, like it is. It's just something small where it's just like, he doesn't care about me.
Yeah. They want to complain.
Exactly.
They want to complain. I'm ending my statement there. They simply want to complain about something, don't they? This message is sponsored by Raycon. Keep your ears open and your holiday playlist rolling with Raycon's essential open earbuds. These open-ear earbuds let you stay connected to your surroundings while enjoying your favorite music and podcasts. And this Black Friday and Cyber Monday, you can get the 30% off on Raycon audio products. Raycon's essential open earbuds keep your ears open while still delivering crystal clear sound, so you can stay aware of traffic and other surroundings without sacrificing sound quality. That makes this perfect for jogging or for working out, and their super lightweight design means they won't slip out. I love the multi-point connection on the earbuds, allowing you to connect multiple devices and switch with ease. But the best part is that Raycon delivers premium audio quality at half the price. Plus, the open earbuds case has 36-hour battery life, giving you non-stop listening throughout your day.
The best part about Raycon earbuds is that I get really sweaty when I work out, and they're not directly in my ears, keeping all the sweat. As you can see, if you move around, they don't come out. So, you can keep going once you work out, no problem.
These earbuds are all that you need for the holiday season, whether you're getting a gift or just something nice for yourself. Join over 3 million customers that love Raycon and try them for yourself. Click the link in the description box or go to buyraycon.com/PapaMeatOpen to get up to 30% off. That's buyraycon.com/PapaMeatOpen. Get up to 30% off Raycon's Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale. And Raycon's 30-day evidence guarantees you can return if you don't love what you're hearing. So try them out and let them know. Yeah. And thanks, Raycon, for sponsoring this video. Now back to the video.
I feel like if you're doing these tests, it's one thing to just do it as a quote-unquote prank, be like, I know he's not going to care about it. But if you are genuinely doing it to like test a relationship,
see, that's the thing is, I think that they are. I think it's almost always genuine. I think that they go in being like, oh, it's not a big deal, but then we're like, girl, sis, it is a big deal. It's a big deal, sis. Like, well, I guess he does do, and then she starts naming other things. So, well, he does kind of like, I don't know, yell at me whenever I don't know, like I have my period in bed or something. That's just normal. She could be, I don't know. I saw a 3D video. Wow, period happens. Oh.
you get to see the uterine lining.
It's like tears open and just dumps out. Have you ever seen like Total Recall? Whenever Arnold Schwarzenegger is like his eyes are bulging out of his face on Mars, or remind me of that. There are many examples of people passing the test, and those who fail get brutalized in the comments. One man appears confused after being told that his partner saw a pretty bird and walks away saying, "Why did you tell me that?"
Why were you telling me?
aka normal guy. Are we adults? Listen, if I had a daughter, she had a child. If a child came up to me and said, I saw a pretty bird today, I'd be like, oh, that's cool. What did it look like? You know why? Because it's a child. It has a smooth brain. Its brain is like a water balloon. There's no ridges. It's a simple creature that is innocent, right? A fully functioning adult, though, I saw a pretty bird today. Got too much free time in their hands, is what I'd say. Or I'd be like, was it like a bald eagle? I don't know, because that's another thing. If I try to get specific, that would piss me off too. It's like a bald eagle? I don't even know. This is an adult conversation. That was great.
What if they're like, I saw a hawk swoop down and pick up a mouse,
And that's already
they
they fought for it. You know what that is? That's a story. And I'm like, oh my God, what happened? And I'm intrigued. Even throwing in something mundane. You know what they got to do? What a real test would have been. I just period all in my paintings today and see their reaction to that. Because I think a lot of guys would do, oh, what? See, that's going to be a test someday. What would they call that? The Red Scare. Red Scare theory. They sit there, it's like, yeah, I don't know, just all in my panties. I just felt weird. Because then other guys would be like, oh my God, are you okay? You feeling okay? Then other guys would be like, yeah. Oh my God, what? Hey, Victoria's Secret's a bear attack. Yikes! That guy.
That's a new test.
That's an actual test.
Everybody post your Red Scare test on Reddit.
Go to your man and do a nice Red Scare and just say that you got wrecked. You have to say that too. It looked like D-Day down there in my panties. And everyone at work was solid. It was a whole thing. And I just, I don't know. Because then you have a guy who's just like, oh my God, that's horrible, okay? Or you have a guy who's just like, oh my God, this is going to be a true test. But saying that you have a bird, I don't know. I think we already made a better one than the bird theory. To say that they got just fucking like a Wolverine attacked them down there. I tried to hop a razor wire fence. That's what it looks like. Looked like I was breaking out of Shawshank with these panties on. Some are stating that this should mean an immediate breakup, and others made fun of him for apparently dressing like a child. He wants a good way to respond to it. Someone not caring about a bird, let's just make fun of how they look. Why did you tell me that? You look like a child! That makes sense. Attack their appearance. Attack their appearance. You know? That goes both ways. Better be careful. Others feel like this test is deceptive because walking up to your partner for multiple years and saying that you saw a bird with zero added details is a horrible conversation starter. And honestly, you can tell, this is another thing too, you can tell which bitches have been in a long-term relationship or not. All right, you can tell what guy has been in a long-term, what dog and man has been in a relationship partner, right? Because let me tell you guys, let me tell you something. Sex is fun. The first 2 years, oh, this is too fun, I'm having a good time. Get past year 5, then talk to me. Get to 10 years in, and then talk to me, right? Because let me tell you, there's love there, but completely transforms. True love is the silence. True love is the small mediation between a couple. I think they're shit, leaking or something. Of course, that's love. All right, you coming up? If my wife Allison, which she deals with animals, I hear it all the time. Think that I don't hear about animals and birds? Like one of the guineas got out. I'm like, you know what? But she also doesn't bring it to me because why would that matter? How does that affect? It doesn't matter. This is the first theory. I can't give this needed on the first theory. Which it doesn't help that at one point the man seems to realize he's being filmed, which only makes the whole thing seem suspicious and inauthentic, and it just feels like, oh, is this like a bit? Are you doing a bit with me? I know the whole time too, big ass guys and stuff. I was not real sly. Sly Cooper actions. Another one points the phone directly at her husband and tells him, I saw a bird today?
I saw a bird today?
As if it was a question, and her confused partner continues using his phone while she repeats herself until he finally snaps at her and says, are you on shrooms? What's wrong with you? Did you see it or didn't you see it? I saw a bird today?
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 Oh my God. You know what, sometimes it's just like, sometimes you have to do it, and this is a grown-up thing. You can pretend you don't hear somebody sometimes. Just to hope that the person can just catch what they said and be like, that's not right. I'll even do a little side eye every once in a while. That's what you do. No. Well, yeah, Nick will come in and I'll be sitting here like working or something, but looking at my, like typing or something. I'd be like, I saw a guy die on a forklift on a video from the internet.
Oh my God, I did! I did!
No, you did. I saw a guy die on a forklift. I'd be like, and then he'll just sit there and be like, the phone just playing in his hand. Just trying to get the guy screaming. Oh! For one TikToker, this evolved into her secretly filming herself dropping the splits in front of her boyfriend at a grocery store to see how he would react. She pulls it off and asks, "Was that epic?" Only for him to briefly look at her before going back to focusing on finding apple juice. Okay, first off, apple juice, pretty fucking important. I have a nice craving. Also, listen, dude, if you can do the splits, you're trying to think that that's not the first time you see her with the splits. Probably been bounced on for how long? You know what I mean? You know, cool. If anything, I'd be like, why here? Her pussy's been all the dirty floor and stuff like that. Telling you, ladies, red scare. That's a good one. Do the red scare in the store. Take a big thing of cranberry juice, just pour it in your panties. Uh-oh! How does he respond? Does he help or does he not? Red scare. Red scare theory. Oh no, it's not communism. These viral posts had thousands of comments, mostly insisting that she run from the relationship immediately. He did the splits and he was looking at apple juice? Girl, get out of there, sis. Get out of there. He then filmed a video where he essentially apologized for not having the proper reaction. Oh, wrong. Most because his partner is a professional dancer, and he was already aware she could pull off moves like that with no problem, because AKA I've been seeing it for years. He sees thousands of people lash out at him, and he's like, I probably should have reacted. You know what? You should have done. You should have doubled down. It been like, I wasn't even her best split.
Is that grounds for breaking up?
I think that there is grounds for breaking up when people like post things about your relationship that you're like, why'd you post that? It like creates a public conversation about your relationship that's like not even necessary. To me, I'm like, why would you do that? Is that funny? I didn't think it was funny. Be like it would seriously be like if you went to your girlfriend and you were like recording her, she's like having a bad day. Let's say she's on her period. Even like something like that. Like, oh yeah, she's on her period. Here, let me tell you a joke to make you laugh. Like to me, I'm like, it's like antagonistic. Which that obviously mine's more aggressive. I just mean it's just something where it's like it's obviously one way.
Or she's posting it and be like, my boyfriend didn't respond. And of course, people are gonna attack.
Because I think that they try to like get away with the idea. Oh, it was just all in good fun. But it's like they're mating. This is a relationship. Is that fun? Is that what this is what fun looks like, by the way? But that's more of the attention-seeking theory, I guess, like trying to see how they would reciprocate, giving you attention in a positive way, right? Now, the next theory we have, though, is the orange peel theory. Try to wrap your head around what this was. Many relationships thrive on doing small things for your partner. It's a simple way to show that you care, and that is exactly what the orange peel theory is all about. The test involves one person handing their partner an orange and asking them to peel it for them. If they do it without question, they love you. If not, you're not the one.
You're not gonna feel it for me?
Dude, okay, as if I don't do enough. You're not even that special. That's the thing. Get that in your fucking skull, man. Like, you're really not that special.
The problem with a lot of these so far, once again, Red Scare, really want to popularize the Red Scare movement. The problem is, yes, it is a nice thing to do, but at the same time, it's just you're a grown adult. You can peel an orange. You know what I mean? If I went to my wife and I was like, could you take the trash out? I'm right by the trash. Why don't I just do it? You know what I mean? It's that kind of shit. I don't know. Show a picture of Nick's fingernails, then I'd be like, that's a disability. You have to help them. See, and the thing about it, though, is it's all self. You did it to yourself. You know, it's not like you were born. It's like I didn't have any fingernails. I was born. It's like you bid them up for clean. So now I feel like you gotta carry a pocket knife, your orange knife. Peel it yourself. I mean, listen. I would peel an orange, but it's at the parameter. Have the orange in your hand, just peel it. Am I wrong? Let me ask Alice.
I thought you were gonna do these on test on her.
Oh shit, yeah. Well, I'll perform these tests as well, so in real time you'll see what the reactions are later. Good luck, future hunter.
I just saw an interesting bird. There's like a blue bird by the window. I saw a blue bird by the window. I saw a blue bird by the window. Okay.
Which the orange peel theory has led to the demise of many relationships. It's actually quite sad. There's a lot of blood on the battlefield. One woman was inspired by this trend and decided to give a similar mundane task to her boyfriend of 7 months after feeling that she was doing more in the relationship than he was. All right, so already let me start and stop that. Once again, it's just the excuse to get out the door. It's just the excuse to get people to be like, you gotta leave. Okay, right? She was taking care of his 1-year-old daughter, driving him to the bar, and doing all the housework while he often just played video games. That's not a relationship. That's him getting his sucked and, getting his whatever once in a while. And better be good, or else that shit is not worth it. Find some validation yourself. Give yourself some self-worth, right? So she asked him to tie up her hair. He refused. She
tried again and asked him to put towels in the laundry, and he outright ignored her. This resulted in her confronting him in her car outside of his mom's house, where she tried to tell him how she felt. He rejected the conversation and asked her to take care of his daughter and drive him to the bar.
That's shit.
This guy is not a good one. I'm not going to go into not a good man. I can't say a thing I want to say. At that moment, she snapped and kicked him out of the car. He was confused by her reaction, and the couple broke up. Later on that night, she knew she dodged a bullet when his mother texted her, "Be a good mom and future wife." Fuck that. Also, first off, I guess it seems like also this is setting people up to realize what is a relationship and what isn't a relationship. You know what I mean? If anything, the theories could be beneficial in that way. Because somebody who is, I don't know, a good husband or a good boyfriend, also takes care of their own children, isn't having someone else drop them off at a bar while a child sits at home. You know what I mean? If there's all those things, and then if you were also able to communicate, like in this instance, it's a thing of, once again, she could tie her brother hair. But it'd be different if, like, I have hands full, hey, could you tie my hair? Then they decline to me. I'm like, well, you can't just help them out really quick. That kind of, you know what I mean? I don't know. If anything, the theories could be a good test of, like, what is and what isn't a relationship in that regard. Because I think people do get that f***ed up sometimes when they don't realize, well, I didn't know that's how I was supposed to be treated. I think that's a pretty common thing. Some people just, like, they exist in that atmosphere. I think it translates from, like, your parents and shit, how they treat you, how actual relationship, to where it's like, well, I haven't known anything different.
That's a good eye-opener then.
It could be. They're also still really stupid, don't get me wrong, but in this case, it's a good instance to be like, oh, that's a huge eye-opener.
Well, I think this one, I know it's called the orange peel theory, but just asking for small tasks, like the trash, which you already mentioned, where it's like, hey, help me with the trash. No, help me with the dishes.
There is no reason in a relationship, if your wife's like, can we take the trash, there should never be a reason that you should ever say no. There's like never, ever a reason that you should ever be like, what? Why would you do it? I will say though, if she was just like, if I cut my hair, first off, I'd be like, I don't know how do I do that? Why can't you do it? That's why I would do that. But also the same thing, if she was like, can you cut up my apples? Don't fucking try to give me the baby shit either. All right? There's a knife. Cut up your apples and eat it like a chimp or whatever you want to do, dude. Whatever. I guess it's that. But if she was like making dinner and her hands, she's like with chicken, she doesn't have to wash them, go back and forth. They're like, oh yeah. I don't know. See, that's the difference. Yeah, that's another thing too, is these little things, it feels like a test. I don't like that. I fail on purpose because I say I never agreed to this exam. I'm not a willing participant, and I'm not going to.
Especially if you have the phone out too.
Yeah, if you're recording me, what the fuck is that? No. What? What is this? If anything, I feel like you're pranking. I don't want to get pranked. Not on the camera.
It's the wrong thing. It's the wrong thing to kill.
Exactly. Pretty quick. All these rules! Therapists and psychologists have looked at the trend and deemed it unhealthy, saying that basing an entire relationship on a simple gesture is misleading and irresponsible. Are you so? But TikTok is Many other people agree the trend is extremely childish, with one man saying he'd divorce his wife if she tried to run him. Okay, listen. As much as I love the fan spirit, that's a bit excessive. Okay, I don't think you break up with someone for it, but at the same time, I just don't like the idea of somebody recording me and like posting it. Because also, one, there's no way to delineate. I mean, you can kind of delineate what's obviously scripted and what's like a genuine someone being like, oh, what? No. But you're going to get lumped in with all the other bad shit. That's not good. That's no bueno.
Could you peel that for me?
No. Why would I do that?
Could you peel it for me?
No. You're an adult man.
Could you peel this one for me, please? Ow. Allison, stop. Allison, stop it.
And I gotta tell you, this next one is my least favorite thing to maybe come out of this whole ordeal. Because in 2023, the Beckham test was a popular way to test your partner. It's based on a scene from the 2023 David Beckham documentary, where the professional soccer player spontaneously dances with his wife over the song Islands in the Stream. Okay. Basing it on a scene in a documentary, already fabricated, the cameras are there, already performed. Even if that is real, to me, there's no way to separate the performance. So if my husband isn't David Beckham, he's wrong. If my hubby doesn't just dance with me randomly, bye, get happy. This began a trend of women trying to recreate the scene by filming themselves dancing to the song in the hopes that their husband would notice and join in. Right? We're just palling around. We're little goofballs. I love our relationship. I love you, husband. I love you, wife. Right? My little wifey ding dong. And mwah, I kiss your tiny head. Many people pass the test while some appear deadpanning and like their soul was sucked out of their body, aka that's 95% of people. Because you see the camera, and you're like, what is this? What the hell is this? Also, I'll tell you what, after an 8-hour day, you get home, like, especially after you get into your 30s, brutal. You're fighting demons trying to stay awake. The only thing you're looking forward to is just sitting down, go home, teriyaki chicken. I'm very excited. A little sesame seeds on it. You're cooking it, and all of a sudden, someone's just like, dancing up to you in a song. Maybe I'm not in the mood to dance, dude. That's what response. You have to be deadpan. You have to completely shut it down, but at the same time, me not reciprocating that to a song that I don't like, right? Am I wrong? I'd be dancing. It'd be hard not to. What's my favorite song? I had to dance. Maybe just in like a little. But I'm not gonna do this thing like a dope and be like, oh, like that's obnoxious. Or even, let's just say I did, and I was just like, is that enough? Acknowledge it with just a simple like. I think it's that's it. What about this? No one said that. Where did that come from? What if it sat there and you were like, okay. What if you're sitting there and you like told her friend, my boss, and yelled at him today in front of everybody, and just funky mood. And she's like, in one example that went super viral, a TikToker danced around her husband of 9 years wearing her wedding gown, only for him to be locked in on his phone and completely ignore her. I just did the wedding gown. I hate to say this because once again, misogynistic type stuff, that motherfucker put in some work. He's on his second tour in the force, you know what I mean? Holy hell. As usual, Minnie insisted he's not the one for her. A decade in. He's not the one for you. He didn't dance! With some even insisting she check his phone, insinuating that he was being unfaithful. Of course, others predicted that she would soon upload My Husband's So Silly video in order to defend him from the harassment. And this is exactly what she did weeks later. This time, entering a room in a sports jersey where he immediately notices her and starts to dance alongside her. Despite being lighthearted and staged video poking fun at viral post, people continue lambasting him for being a terrible husband. He can't win. You can't win. Also, you know what he should have done? We're going way funnier, and I think would have got people on his side. If she came in the sports jersey and said, "Enough! Stop dancing! I can't fucking take it! It's every day!" Then people go, that's awesome. And then at the end of it, though, you guys hold hands and then you do it. And then you take a bow. Yeah, then people are really bad at throwing flowers.
Elsie, you want to dance with me? Huh? You want to dance with me, Elsie? Why don't you dance with me? It's your time.
Getting married is something many look forward to in their life. The thought of being called someone's husband or wife is a milestone for many, making it the perfect basis for a TikTok relationship test, the husband test. It's pretty straightforward. You set up the camera, have your partner, and while talking, briefly call them your husband or your wife to judge the reaction. Do this with somebody on their second date, by the way.
That's actually good advice. Sometimes I think it's cute.
Do this on your second date and see how uncomfortable you get. It'd be really funny. Hello, wifey. Be like, what?
They're crazy.
We went to dinner once. Yeah, but dude, if he or she is reciprocating that, you don't run away from it. There's no reason someone should be that emotionally attached. Like, hello, husband. Oh. Yes.
You don't think it's cute to be like, where do you want to get married? Your second date.
No.
Where should we get married? The Bahamas.
No.
You don't talk about like potential baby names.
I think on your first date, you can say things like, would you ever want to get married? Because you're feeling people out, right? You want a kid someday. I think all those questions are fine. But the assumption on the second date to say wifey or husband.
Take it in the Nimue app.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm just going to say that would be a red flag. I'd be like, we saw Frankenstein. We saw Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein at theaters. You called me husband, and we split the bill. You paid for pops.
To be fair, if a girl did that to me, I'd freak out. But if I did it to them, it's funny.
I feel like you would really like it. I think so. I think so. I think the first person that ever really commits to you, it's going to be bad. I think you gotta be able to see it and then separate yourself to get onto the next one. I think someone's going to play you like a fiddle one day, dude.
Take it.
Devil went down to Jordan. It all started with a 2024 video of a woman calling her boyfriend her husband in passing To her surprise, as she said, my husband, he immediately corrected her and said that he was not her husband.
Today I'm going to be guessing my husband's favorite thing.
I'm not your husband.
Which also could have been him being kind and being like, oh no, we're not, because he didn't want her to feel still. Or maybe he's just like, and new ring. She then proceeded to sit there in silence as the man awkwardly attempted to fist bump her before she jokingly choked him out. That's not funny. That's disgusting, actually. People in the comments were surprised at how rapidly he shut it down, saying even their shitless ex-boyfriend wouldn't have done that, and others claimed that he didn't love her at all. Because, they know them. This reaction inspired other people to do it with their partners, and it is just another drop in the bucket of TikTok relationship test. Which, once again, if you're dating someone for a year, I don't see a problem with that. Even after a little bit, I'm just saying, like, date 1 through 4.
Work, do thing.
I feel like you have done it. I feel like you're defending it so much so where I'm like, I feel like you've definitely done it.
Smart.
I was.
Hi.
As relationship tests have become increasingly popular, there are more and more people fighting back against them online. In the process, many people go on rants about how these tests are starting to ruin their relationships. Yeah, one 38-year-old man was tested repeatedly by his girlfriend, and it started with her saying she wanted to be alone for the weekend. A test he failed because he didn't surprise her with a visit regardless. Also, 40 years old and playing that, I'd be like, I can't. I can't, dude. See, that's when you start getting into like the single mom territory. Single mom of 2, you think she's gonna be saying that? They're gonna tell you how it is. They're gonna lay out the rules and they'll be like, awesome. This is a good itinerary. This is how we're getting it done. Dinner here, sex here, bed then. Good night. That's what I'm telling you. I need a drill sergeant. I need some drill sergeants. Dude, you kept throwing test after test at him. I mean, he failed every time. It escalated to the point where he pretended to be pregnant and kept up the lie for an entire day. That is messed up. That is a full 24 hours too. Yep.
He's going in here. You shouldn't have sneezed in me so hard.
Shaking and shit.
Little vitamin C overdose.
Yeah, she's a long, tall flight of steps. Despite him passing by being calm and supportive, he broke things off after realizing that this was yet again another test and that she could no longer be trusted. What is yes. Yeah, I would almost feel like I'm being like manipulated or gaslit. Like imagine being like, I feel like I should propose to her. Have I been fucking groomed to think that? I don't know. Feels like it. Feels like she has my fucking brain. You know what I mean? The fucking like ball that Sauron has, whatever. It's like, oh, that kind of. Another man and his wife were approached by a group of TikTokers who wanted to test the relationship by asking them various personal questions. Both agreed, only for his wife to realize that he didn't know their anniversary, parents' names, or what allergies she has. I know Allison's parents' names. I know her allergies. I struggle with the dates sometimes. The thing is, they'll do the anniversary of when we first got together, our wedding anniversary, the proposal anniversary. Too many dates. I'm bad with names, and I know her dad and mom's name. That should be good enough. Yeah, just saying. Have some guy go up, blow her face or whatever. Listen, if you're worried about your relationship, 9 out of 10 times it can be solved with open communication. You just gotta talk to people for the love of God. Also, if someone, let's say this thing isn't one thing of like, could you peel this orange for them? No. If you do not communicate, it will not get fixed. If you tell that person, I would really love if you just like, if I asked you these things, they did it. And if they then reciprocate, if it never changes, that person is unwilling to change. And I think that is a red flag. A one and done, brutal. Okay? You know what I mean? If you're enacting elaborate plans to test someone, chances are it'll cause more problems than it solves, especially if you're filming it and making it into content for other people. So I just gotta say, relationships are hard. They are. They're not easy. People who are like, we're happy. Good for you, unicorn. It takes a lot of work, dude. You just gotta communicate with your partner. That's the real test. Communicate with them, and if they actually reciprocate and they start changing, that's a good guy. It's a good girl. That's a relationship. Welcome to a relationship. Hi, there it is. Nobody's perfect, but people can learn to be better. People can learn to be in a relationship with specifically you and no one else. So, thank you all so much. Hey, don't do these fucking theories. They're stupid. Bye.
Hey guys, real quick, we got some merch available. The Eye Control Fire shirt and the Ozempic shirt back by popular demand until December 7th. So feel free to click the link in the description or in the comment section, wherever the hell it's at, and pick up some merch. See ya. Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Hey, come on and sit on down. Today we're going to be talking about some of the biggest frogs in history. Could be. What about that one guy on Wall Street that was like a giant pyramid scheme? He was like money laundering. Same Monk? Nope. That's the show about the germaphobe detective. It's a good show. So is House. Nope. I'm talking about two of the people that I hate more than anyone else in the entire world, the Warrens.
In the name of Jesus Christ.
Listen, the Conjuring franchise is one of the largest horror universes ever, and
now I'm in handcuffs because I was trying to get my hair done. Like, you know what I mean? And now I'm staying here tonight? Like, why? Why can't you just let me go?
Want to talk there? We'll go ahead and trash out. Yeah. Thanks.
Hello, ma'am. Hey, I'm Deputy O'Neill. I know that you've already explained what happened multiple times. Do you mind telling me again?
So, I was on my way down here to get my hair done. And I was Googling the map. And, like, I was backing up, I guess, to turn around to get, because she, I guess, moved locations or whatever. So whenever I pulled it up, it wasn't the same location as what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
So I was trying to back up, and, like, I didn't see them behind me. And so I was trying to...
So you were backing up out of where?
Like, I pulled in here, and I was, like, trying to turn around. And, like, I couldn't see them because, like, I obviously, like, I would have backed up and didn't back out. I'm not.
Where's the car that you hit?
I don't know where
What is it? Is it one of these over here?
I guess so, yeah. Yeah. Where is your... So right here. Mercedes.
Oh, okay. All right. So, and I'm sorry, just a little more. So you pull in here from US 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
I pulled in here from US 1, and I was trying to turn around. And, like, this is my hairdresser. Like,
were you involved in the crash?
No, she wasn't. But, like, I was trying to find her, and, like, so I pulled in here, and I was just gonna turn around because, like, the address that I knew wasn't correct. And so I was just trying to turn around, and I didn't see them there behind me because I guess they were in my blind spot or whatever.
Turn around in the parking lot here.
Yeah, I was trying to just, like...
So how did you turn around? You pull in here, and then
yeah,
kind of reverse?
I just... Okay, so I pulled in here, and then, like, I was, like, I guess trying to reverse. Like, I was trying to reverse back there, but I didn't see them in my blind spot. And so, like, when I reversed, they were over here, and, like, I didn't see them.
Okay. So where were you coming from before the accident occurred?
Homestead. I was up in Homestead.
Okay. And then you were going to
get my hair done.
Okay. All right. So basically, you pull in here, and I guess you took a wrong turn or something, or why did you?
I didn't, like, it told me to turn down here, so I was looking at my map because I just, like, put in the name of the salon, and it told me to turn down here, so I...
Have you ever been to the salon before?
Yeah, I have. But, like, I knew it wasn't right, so I turned over here, and I was, like, just gonna turn around, you know, because I was, like, I know this isn't the right, like, address or whatever, because I've been there before, right? Right, I've been there once before, so I was just, like, trying to turn around, and, like, I didn't see them behind me because they were in my blind spot, and so I just like was like I backed up, but I didn't see them there. You know what I mean? Like, so I just was like backing up to be like to turn around and go in the direction that of the salon, and like literally that's all I was trying to do. So
Where's the damage on your Jeep?
I don't really see anything. I'm just like on my vehicle pretty hard.
Okay. Was this here before?
That was the yeah.
Okay. Where did you hit it?
Well, maybe this one, you know, that one out there.
Okay. Was anybody else in the car, or is it just you?
Just me.
Just you? Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm almost done. When I got to the car, I smelled it.
She smells like alcohol. Her eyes are red. Her speech is abnormal. She can't really explain what happened. So give us a few minutes. We're going to give everybody what's called a driver's exchange of information. Has the crash report numbers, everybody's insurance information, phone numbers, addresses, and then we'll finish up the crash investigation, okay? Hello, how's it going? Hey, so I'm Deputy O'Neill. Yeah, just, we're both handling the crash investigation. Where did she go? We're both handling the crash investigation, me and Deputy Garrett. Can you kind of go over what happened again?
Yeah, I can see. So, we pulled in, you know, right, we're probably right where the sheriff, like, we pulled in. There's a big bus right here, and we have a Jeep in front of us. She's in the middle. There's a Jeep parked in the parking lot right here too. Okay, so she's just parked in the middle of the road. I could have gone around if there wasn't, that was open. It wasn't open. So I hit the horn. No response. I've been sitting there for 5 minutes, 6 minutes at this point.
Yeah.
Hit the horn again. He hits the horn. When he gets out of the bus, Katie.
So you're directly behind the Jeep.
Yeah.
Her car. And then the bus is behind you guys, or?
The bus is pointed out that way. So I'm on the side back.
So he was like backed in here?
Yes. Diagonally.
I see.
You were gonna go like that.
Right, I got you.
Steve was watching the whole thing. So right in front, because he was like, "What the hell's going on?" But we couldn't get her attention. It was like bizarre. You know when you just don't have a proper reaction to something. You know when you, but also too, like you're sitting there, she was going through a hair. We couldn't get her attention. He couldn't get her attention. The way you get attention. Then once somebody gets your attention, you slam it in her.
Okay, so basically you're behind her, hitting the horn, and then she just throws it in reverse. And
I get out of the car because I was actually trying to give her attention. She didn't see me at that point. She slams it reverse and just brushes on
like right here, kind of like in front of the trash can almost.
Yeah, that's kind of where she was.
So she just
a little bit further behind our car.
Presumably she just threw it in reverse on accident.
But usually if you do that, if you hit somebody, you stop.
She kept going.
It looks so.
Just see her.
So accident happens. Wow.
It just keeps going.
So the accident occurs. She get out of the car.
Yeah.
She's in the car. You guys walk up.
Immediately, her license plate because I thought she was crazy.
Now I know that you said that she might be intoxicated. What signs have you guys seen of that? What about smells?
I didn't just smell.
Slurry were just crazy.
First deputy said when he showed up, she ran inside the store.
So no, yeah. What happened was, she said no. I need to get some coffee from Masco. But I thought to myself, so the ocean. Then she goes into the floorboard of her car, so goes and all this stuff. And then she's
On the driver's side or front passenger?
passenger side. And then the car's been you guys got her.
Like she
slams into the windshield.
Yeah, she snaps into our Jeeps.
She's like they're gonna look at it.
We seems like we're most likely going to end up doing the live investigation.
I mean, I don't know. Something's
I mean, I can smell.
You're going to be listed at fault for the crash, okay? This is also a citation for careless driving as well.
We're turning over to crew investigation and ask you a couple questions.
Remind me of first name.
JC.
Brian. Okay.
I love.
So I have a couple questions for you. Okay. How much have you had to drink since? It don't say 0 because I can smell it. Okay. It's not illegal to drink and drive, but it's illegal to be intoxicated and drive.
Yeah, I get that. And then I had a glass of wine, no very left.
Okay. How long ago was that?
About 2 hours ago.
2 hours ago. Was it just a normal glass of wine?
Yeah. Like in my.
Okay. Do you take any prescription medications or anything? Okay.
I lost my job today.
I got you.
And I lost my boyfriend. And my daughter needs my time. So I had a glass of wine.
Not a good day. Okay.
Oh.
All right. And no medications today? And the glass of wine was 2 hours ago? Okay. On a scale of 0 being stone cold sober, to 10 being the drunkest you've ever been in your life, falling down, where would you put yourself on that scale? 0 is nothing.
0.5.
0.5. Okay.
How am I supposed to answer that?